Hello fans, collectors, investors, welcome back to Iconic Baseball. Iconic Al here, and I had to make a video today because what a great time to be a baseball fan. So many great storylines in the game this year, starting with the rule changes, which really have, I think, created a bit of a resurgence, a renaissance, if you will. People are flocking back to ballparks, watching more baseball for longer. And additionally, you have Shohei Ohtani, who is doing crazy things. He is doing things in the game right now. We are at mid-season and he has 30 home runs and he's pitching out of his mind. And we've never seen this before. And I think he's well on his way to his second MVP award. And so watching him play in Colorado last week was very special for me. I was able to get to last Sunday's Colorado Rockies and Angels game, and I got to see Ohtani hit an RBI triple to left center field, which was just amazing to see his speed on display. Rounding first, rounding second, no thought of stopping, and sliding into third with a RBI triple. Just special. That's all I can say. I was lucky enough to come away from the Angels-Rockies series with a Shohei Ohtani foul ball. Stay tuned to find out how.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Here is my Ohtani collection as it sits today, complete with the new addition, the foul ball front and center. Well, let's go back to the beginning of my experience. Last weekend, I have a habit of entering the ballpark when doors open because there is a kiosk at Coors Field that sells game-used memorabilia, typically from previous games at Coors Field. And this being the third game of a 3-game series against the Angels, I was anticipating maybe finding an item from Ohtani or Trout for sale at that kiosk. And sure enough, I got into the park and I immediately keyed in on one baseball, which was a single off the bat of Taylor Ward. The ball stayed in play and then was retired after a foul ball off the bat of Shohei Ohtani. So again, these balls are variably priced depending on sort of the status of the players involved, the outcome of those at bats. And so this ball had a yellow sticker on it, which these are color coded and priced according to those color codes. I'll just come out and say it, this is a $100 baseball. And on the surface, that might sound a bit steep, just for a single from Taylor Ward and a foul ball off Ohtani's bat. But to me, it's a pretty meaningful item and probably will gain importance over time. Ohtani, I believe, is in the midst of a second MVP season, and to have a cool memento from the series where I first saw Shohei Ohtani play live in person is pretty cool to me. It's a ball that one day I would love to get signed by Shohei, maybe at a private signing or some other event. It may be years and years from now, but it is eventually the ball, the signed ball that I want in my collection for Shohei Ohtani because it has a connection to Coors Field and to me, having seen him during this series. Anyway, this ball tells a story, and that's why I like items like this. If we look at the ball itself, it is an MLB stickered with a QR hologram, and so it is verifiable that this was in fact the ball that is claimed to be. And the story that I read off this ball was, I went back into the MLB.TV archive and found the Taylor Ward single in the 8th inning of Friday's game against the Angels and the Rockies. The single was a very firm single to right field. Presumably, the ball did not sustain much in the way of scuffing or damage from Taylor Ward's single, therefore it stayed in play and ended up being thrown to Shohei Ohtani, which this is my take. Ohtani fouled that ball back. It went right to the dirt and then out of play. So here we have a very violent scuff mark which I can only assume came off of Ohtani's bat, just because of the sheer force required to completely smudge off the MLB logo. That's pretty cool. This ball tells its own story. So here you have likely what is Ohtani's bat smudging that MLB logo completely off. Then the ball goes straight down into the dirt and then is retired from play. That was the extent of this ball's career in Major League Baseball. But it's pretty cool. I don't know for sure that that mark was from Ohtani, but I suspect, based on the nature of Taylor Ward's hit and then the nature of Ohtani's foul ball that then went straight down into the dirt, that's a ball that then could not be continued to be played in the game. So, and one that I can always remember back to that amazing triple that I saw him hit. And we all have to stop and step back right now because we're watching one of the special players in baseball history in his prime. And that's a piece from his prime. I thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep collecting and stay iconic.